Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 22, 1.22, software designing approaches. Either in real life or in programming, tasks are implemented in two phases. The first phase is design. The second phase is implementation. Design means mental work. First you complete the corresponding mental work. Thereafter, you start your physical work. First, let us take a real life example. You have planned to go for a 1 week holiday trip. Today only you got the idea. By weekend, you want to go for 1 week holiday trip. First, what to do? Immediately don't reserve tickets. First, you complete your mental work. Which places you have to visit, to whom you have to accompany, where you have to stay, which travel you have to choose, which items you want to purchase, what is your budget, what are the other allied elements. All this you mentally finalize. Thereafter, once the mental picture is formed, then you start your physical activity, that is implementation. Then only you start reserving travel tickets, stay ticket, hotel ticket, reservations, etc., etc., and all that. So, first you finish the mental work, then you start your physical work. Without doing mental work, if you readily implement it and all that, there is a lot of chaos. Many times it may fail. Suppose today you got an idea for 1 week holiday trip, immediately started. Then your jolly trip may be a misery trip because of no design, no planning and all that. That's why designing is very, very core. In programming, it is very essential. Without that, you have to spend many times of the actual time required as waste, because every time you have to do things in trial and error basis. By that, you have to waste lot of time, lot of money, lot of energy and all that. So, design is very, very important. And this is a matter of common sense than technology and all that. The essential prerequisite for designing things is common sense. Common sense first, technology next. Okay. In software development, software design, there are mainly two approaches. One is top-down modular approach. Second one, bottom-up approach. Top-down modular approach. Actually, top-down, from top to bottom, we design things. That means, now let us take a simple task, already whatever I have explained. You are a beginner student for programming. I ask you to write a program to develop marks report. Marks report, this is your task. If you are an experienced programmer and all that, it is a petty thing. But if you are a beginner student and all that, this is a bigger task. It's not so easy. So, then how to go about, how to start with, how to proceed, you have a very confusion. That's why, as I explained to you, top down, top one task is there, quite abstract. How to start, what to do, how to proceed, all that. Now, what to do? We have divided into subtasks. What is that? Reading data. Actually, I have given only marks. You have to read a name, class number, roll number, etc. Now, reading data. Calculate total marks. Calculate average marks. Test, pass or fail thereafter evaluate, grade, thereafter print report. Now you see, this is all mental work, a matter of common sense, not technology. Now you see, at this stage everything is abstract. How to start with, you have your own doubt. Thereafter you identified what are the sub-independent activities. Sub-activities are reading data, calculate total marks, calculate average marks, test pass or fail, evaluate grade, and print report. Now we have 100% clarity. You are not missing any activity in this. So now mental design work is over. If you know coding, whatever may be the language, C or C++, Java or Python, then for every task you write a function. If you are really good at functions, you write reading data, for calculating to total marks. For all the subtasks, you write every function. If you want, you can test independently. Thereafter, by composition of all the functions, your program is ready. This is the design. This is the design top down. From top, actually, if you see that, this is the at the top, it is quite vague. You are flying high in the sky. Okay. Now, if you look at the ground, everything is blur. Now come down, some clarity, come down, some more clarity, come down, some more clarity. Ultimately land, everything with a naked eye you can find. So in top-down modular approach, by coming down, by dividing it to subtask, sub-subtask, you get complete clarity over the project, and you can understand the strategy, how to implement that. Simply, the corresponding functions you write, then each function, suppose there are 26 subtasks. For 26 subtasks, 26 functions A to Z you define. Every subtask performs its job. Ultimately, the cumulative effect of all the performance of all subtasks, your main task is performed. Thereafter, the second one is bottom-up approach. The bottom-up approach, actually like a building construction. One brick is there, brick by brick, we compose. Ultimately, from bottom to top, we go. That is the bottom-up approach. This is a very popular approach, but this is also used in programming. Object-oriented programming, bottom-up approach in object-oriented programming, bottom-up approach is adapted. For this simple example, I tell you, you take any building. This is a building. Any building you take on the earth, this is nothing but, generally, it is nothing but composition of rooms. How many rooms are here? This building, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 rooms are there. 7 rooms are there. All are rooms only. So, this is the building. What is the building block? Room. Room. How many rooms are there? 7 numbers. What is the difference between these rooms? The values are different. Values are different means the room dimensions are different. Of course, one is there, out of common sense you understand. In a building, the height of all rooms are same. Only thing is, length and breadth may be different or may be equal also. Suppose if you see your college building, all classrooms are having same dimensions. Normally, all classrooms are having same dimensions. So, this is the bottom-up approach. The bottom-up approach, you have to construct a building. First, you have to identify the building block. What is that? Room. For a building, room is the building block. By composition of rooms, any building is constructed on the earth. This is the bottom-up approach. So, you must master the two approaches. By that, your mental work you can complete efficiently. Once your design is perfect, implementation will be automatically, it will be perfect. Or otherwise, any lapses are there in your implementation, easily you can identify and plug the loopholes.